Hi everyone. Now I'm gonna present my presentation or PPT about one country, and that is can be considered as developing one. And let's start. Now I'm gonna share the screen with you, and you will have everything on your screen. Okay, and you can see which country it is now. Yeah, it's actually Maldives, yeah. First of all, what is gonna be about Maldives? What do you know? I have a question for you. What do you know about Maldives? I think you know nothing except that it's one of the greatest place where tourism is developed because it's world known by its beautiful and clear beach, what actually attracts all the people all over the world. Yes, and now I'm gonna provide you some information about this country. As you see, description of Maldives. And here you go. You now can see everything. The Maldives is an island nation. It's located in the Indian Ocean, south of the India and Sri Lanka. Maldives is the world. Yeah. The name of Maldives comes from the word Mahal, or the palace, and Diva is island. As you can see here, it consists of many little and some of them big, but not at all, islands. Let's move on. And now we're going to talk about geographic region, how it's unique and other stuff. The Maldives is the only one state in the world that includes only one city, and that is the capital city, of course. The capital city of Maldives is Male. Here you can see the picture. It actually is located on two islands. First is Vilingel, and second is, of course, Male or Malais, and can be considered as one of the smallest in the world. And here you can see total area, coastline, and the highest point. Here are the pictures. Yeah, let's talk about history now. But before that, I'm gonna come back and talk about tourism. Yeah, why it attracts it. Yeah, it's like flashback because the Maldives are located almost at equator, and therefore the average annual temperature in the Maldives is 25 and 30 degrees by Celsius, of course. And the night temperature differs from the daylight time only for 1 or 2 degrees. And now we can actually move on to the history. Because of the fact that was given now, it shows the great temperature. That's why we can be sure it has been proven that first settlements in the Maldives appeared or occurred 5,000 years ago. Yeah, and that is true. That is a fact. And now I'm gonna talk about the country itself. The Maldives can be now described as republic, democratic republic. The president is the head of the state now. The official language of Maldives is Devehi. The languages, for example, It consists also Arabic, but the other, as English is also popular there. The capital city of Maldives is Mal, or Mane, as I say, and it is located right in the center of Maldives. But before the republic and independence, it was like it is a fact that it was dominated by Great Britain, and now we can see that it was also dominated and used by Portuguese. Here are the some details about it that in this particular year, Portuguese captured Mel and built a fort on there. But the Maldives destroyed and expelled them. Then the Dutch tried to gain, yeah, of course, but unsuccessfully. And of course, in 19th century, Britain established its protectorate over the Maldives. It means that they were like independent, but they were used by this country. But also, the full independence, uh, which can be considered as a Republic of Maldives, become on the July 26, 1965. It was the Sultanate, yeah, of course. It was liquidated on November 11th on this particular year, after which presidential rule was introduced and the republic was formed. And Ibrahim Nasser was elected as the first president. Yes. Let's move on to the next slide. Here we can see some animations and attraction. First of all, tourism is very developed there because it's the main resource of it where they become money because it's too small to have some minerals or other stuff. That's why they only attract people. It's their duty to attract. Without it, they have the normal life. They will be underdeveloped if they are now developing country without tourism. It will be underdeveloped. Yeah, tourism in Maldives plays an important economical role. Yeah, and it's country's main resource of income. More than 10 million foreigners visited Maldives in 2018, but these numbers are not actual to this moment of time because of the COVID-19, of course. And what? But 2 years ago, yeah, it was one of the most visited countries in the world. Yeah, it is a fact. We should know this. And tourism brings more than 30 million gross domestic product by attraction. Mm, what can be also said that the main attraction is the Great Friday Mosque. As you should like see, there is a flag, and on that we can see the emblem of Muslim. That's why the main attraction is the Great Friday Mosque. Next one can be considered as Presidential Palace, and it's also one of the attractions there. Here you can see some animations now, and the short one is of course the fish market of Male. As you should know, there is nothing but ocean out there. That's why they made the fish market of Male, and they trade the fish only there. And that is a quite interesting bazaar as it can be considered, yeah. And Singapore Bazaar Male on the right side. Yeah, the food. Actually, you can see it now. The main ingredient of Maldives cuisine are rice and Asian ocean gifts, yeah, as it should be, because nothing is there but ocean. They make something like alternative for sushi, and they have here bajia, samasa, kulha. It's all of it is made from fish and trees. From this fish, actually, also it's made, but it's like delicacies for us and them also. Now let's move on to the culture, as it should be. The culture of Maldives has a rich, centuries-old history, mixing from Africa, Indian, Arab, and European influences, because it's Muslim country. Yeah. And the Maldives is a state that is trying with all its might to protect the traditional foundations of the life of the Muslim community from the corruption of corrupting Western influence. They choose like eco-friendly lifestyle. Here you can see, because they want to protect their own islands. It's duty for them, and that's why they try their best to do this. It's quite similar to our culture, because they are also Muslims. For example, wedding day, children, Maldives family, local etiquette, table etiquette, and of course, clothes are very close to ours. But they have some differences because of the geographical position, which is different. Yeah, and by the food, as I said, the main ingredients of Maldives are rice and gifts of Indian Ocean there. And let's talk about the facts and language, of course. Before we're gonna talk about facts, we should talk about language. Yeah, and as you might know, Muslims are mostly talking Arabic and use Arabic language, but their language is something different. The Hebrew Moldovan is a national language that is mixed from of Singapore Tamil, Urdu, Persian, and Arabic. Most of but yeah, there is exception. Most of the people who live there are speaking English because of the tourists, of course. And yeah, interesting facts about this. Here we come. We should know that Uzbekistan and other countries, as for example Russia, we shouldn't have visa to go there. You should just buy a ticket and fly there, and visa will be made there by the fact that you are there. Yeah, and Maldives is the only state in the world that includes only one city, as I said, but the flag of the Republic of Maldives is a red flag with a green rectangle in the center, as you can see here. The green and red colors of the Maldivian flag expresses the desire for success and victory, and crescent about the state belonging to Islam. Many islands in the Maldives are so small that you can get around them in 10 till 25 minutes. That's why there cannot not be found any minerals, only from the ocean. And Maldives is the smallest Muslim country in the world. And the last fact that, by the way, if they are only Muslim, yeah, the whale or paranja uh, is optional for Maldives women. They shouldn't just wear it. They can do whatever they want, but it's optional. Yeah, and that is the end of my presentation. Hope that it was very informing and useful for you, and you have learned something new about Maldives. And uh, I'm thinking about flying there and be as a tourist there. and wait to the next video.